try and do just some simple recipes this time. I'm just doing what I think looks good. I've also got a cat that keeps drinking the water out of all of the buckets. Overall, it was a very interesting market, I'll say that. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video and welcome to another market vlog. If you're new here, my name is Robyn and I live here on the south coast of New South Wales with my partner and my 2 cats, and I run a small backyard flower farm here where we sell local fresh cut flowers at markets along with other botanical gifts. And today I'm going to take you on the journey of what a market looks like. It's currently Friday and the market is on Sunday. It is about 10 past 5 right now and I look a little ridiculous, I'm very aware. We're getting like really bad wind at the moment. The spring winds have started, so I have I don't even know how many layers on. I've just come back from a day of work. I have been busy working for Whitbird Environmental we actually had an agricultural show today where we were set up and selling plants, and it's already been a big day, but I need to do a few things this afternoon just to get on top of things because I'm actually also working tomorrow and then the market's on Sundays, so it's going to be a very busy few days. This is also a market that I've never done before. We're doing the Huskisson market, and if you have ever been to Jervis Bay or the Shoalhaven area, you'll know that Huskisson is very touristy. There's a lot more foot traffic there, so I'm hoping that this is going to be a much better market than my previous markets have been. Now we also have a lot more flowers, which is very exciting. I'm starting to do the wrapped bouquets again, and I think it's going to be a lot better now that I actually have more flowers to work with. So today I'm going to be just harvesting a few of the flowers just to get on top of all of the harvesting. The rest I'm going to do tomorrow morning before I work, and then I'll arrange all of the flowers tomorrow night, so Saturday night before the Sunday market. We've got to get there pretty early, so I'm not going to do any work on Sunday. I'm going to have everything done and ready to go and packed in the car. So throughout the week I have been slowly prepping where I can, and I'll throughout this video show you everything that I'm taking along. But for now I need to fill up a bucket and go out and harvest some Statice. I think I'll pick today just because it can last for a long time in water. It'll be fine. By Sunday it'll look exactly the same. So I'm going to get that done today. I've also just got a few other jobs that I need to do in the garden, just keeping on top of fertilizing. I need to fertilize the ranunculus crop and also give it some more neem oil spray one of the beds because it has just been overtaken by some kind of mildew or some kind of mold or some kind of fungicide, and I'm trying to spray it with diluted neem oil to keep on top of that. It did work at the start and then it all came back, and now I'm going to try it again. It's been a journey with the ranunculus this year. So we're going to head outside and I'm going to look ridiculous in my many layers to keep out of the wind, and Scott is going to film a bit for me to just share what I get done this afternoon, and then we will pick back up again early tomorrow morning and I will share the harvest of all of the flowers that I pick, and then we're going to have a busy afternoon after work of arranging them all, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, this market goes well. Alright, so first I'm just going to do a little bit of a treatment of some, what I think is powdery mildew or some kind of mildew. I'm going to use some eco neem, needed to check the name there, and I'm just going to dilute this in a watering can. These are really great because you can kind of press the bottle and it'll give you the actual mil application there, so you can see how much you're diluting it. It says about 10 mils per 5 litres of water. I might use a little bit more than that. I might do 15 or so per 5 litres and just fill this all up and dilute it, and then just water the crop behind you if you want to show. So that's all of the ranunculus there that I treat now. Going to give all of these a really good soak, and I'm going to do this almost every day until I see a change. I do also see some ladybugs around, which is good. I don't know if this is going to save this crop or not, but if not, it's fine, because I do have some more ranunculus planted down in the other flower farm area. You can also just use a spray bottle for this, but I find this just saves so much more time, so that's why I'm doing it with watering can. Reorganize this when I get it. Statice is done. The last job that I need to do is just fertilize the ranunculus, which is behind Scott now, and yeah, just need to keep on top of that because the plants are looking a lot smaller because I planted them a lot later, but they've started flowering now, so I just need to give them a little bit of a boost of some fish emulsion fertilizer. And they should like that. Good afternoon, everyone. I am back from work now. It is about 5:40 and I am ready to make some bouquets. I have my flowers laid out everywhere in the downstairs room, and I'm gonna try and do just some simple recipes this time, because this weekend and the last few days have been just incredibly busy with the show that I was working at with Whitbird Environmental. Basically, it was just a large agriculture show. I'll insert a few little clips here. I didn't really take too much footage and photos, but it was a really great few days and really great to kind of just chat to people about bush regeneration and revegetation and all things about plants. So that was really nice. But yeah, because I had that, I'm specifically wanting to just do really simple recipes with the flowers today. And over the few markets that I've done so far, which isn't very many, but of the ones that I've done, I have found that having one or two recipes and kind of just sticking to that makes my life so much easier, which is also why I'm not growing like so many different types of flowers this year. I'm kind of sticking to ones that I really know how to grow and grow them well so that I can make larger quantities of bouquets for markets, which is kind of the goal that you want. Obviously, growing flowers is it's a very intensive job, having to, raise seeds and prep soil and then actually grow the plants, put them all together. So I'm trying to simplify it in my brain a little bit more and just simplify the recipes. So the lighting in here is also really terrible. So it's a little hard to kind of film me arranging at nighttime, but it is getting dark and the lighting's just going to get worse in here. But I have all of my flowers laid out here, and I have a big bucket of anemones that I picked, as well as some shorter stems that I might just do some mini jam jar arrangements just of these. I've also got a really big bucket of Statice, some Linaria, and then over here there's Rocky running around. The cats just go crazy when I make flowers, so that's going to be fun. I have all of my stock and a few kind of filler flowers like cornflowers and scabiosa, and then a big bucket of greens. And I chose to just do one type of greens, which is all bottle brush callistemon leaves, and that's going to be my greenery. And I also have these ranunculus here. So I'm just going to see what I can make. I might make up one recipe, see what it looks like, and then chat you through another one. But I've also got all of these little arrangements here. These are just the little dried arrangements. They sell really well. I sell these for $5. They're just the leftover stems from drying Statice. I need to just wrap all of these up as well. So I might do that first before I make all of the flowers, because I tend to kind of get water everywhere when I'm making all of these, and these obviously need to stay dry. And I'm sure Rocky will be around to help. Are you gonna help? Rocky? No, just concerned about the dogs outside. Right, the lighting in here is beyond terrible, but that's fine. We're just gonna roll with it. I'm super tired, so just ignore all of that. But I've got myself a cup of tea and I have just been playing around with the flowers. It's also 10 to 8 now, and I still haven't really made many bouquets. I've made one, so we're on to a good start. But I think this is the kind of recipe, or one of the recipes that I'm going to be doing, is just like a rainbow bouquet. So I have all of the colors, most of the colors of the rainbow, and I am going to make just another 3 of these. So I have a full bucket of 4 of these, and then probably just make as many as I can, really. And yeah, these are $20. They have a mixture of ranunculus. Where are the ranunculus? Here, some here. Anemones, some cornflowers, both the pink and the blue to have the blue colour, some white pincushion flowers. I've put Statice around the outside, and then I kind of built the bouquet with using the callistemon leaves and some stock in the middle. So I think it turned out okay. The only colour I was struggling with was orange, so I just substituted a few more reds in there. They're all going to be a little bit different. They're not going to be exactly rainbow, but I am going to make a few of these and then maybe try some different colours. But I think this is going to be mainly what I make today. So I'm hoping this isn't going to take me too long because I really need to get to bed early tonight. I've also got a cat that keeps drinking the water out of all of the buckets, so I'm having to kind of manage this little one as well. Gonna say hi? No. Again, apologies for the bad lighting and bad angles, but I start with the bottle brush leaves like that, and then I'm going to take some stock, either 2 or 3, maybe 3 because these are a bit small. I'm just going to take off the bottom petals that are looking a little bit sad and kind of place that in the center. Grab another one, grab a cat out of the water, bucket, stop, there we go, stop. Okay. Rocky. That one there. There like that. Then I just kind of lift them up so that you can see them in and amongst the greenery. Trim off any of the unruly green bits. And then this is like a really nice base to then add flowers around these. So then I'm just going to choose some of every colour of the anemones, place them around, and then I'll fill in the gaps with some cornflowers. So I'm definitely not a florist, nor am I trained in this. I'm just doing what I think looks good. I don't know, if things start to look like a little tight and just bad, I'll move my hand down a little bit in the bouquet, loosen it up a bit, and then just like wiggle the flowers into place so that they're not sitting at like an awkward angle and not pressed up against the other flowers. That's why I like to use Statice at the end to hold everything in. It just kind of contains everything nicely. Right, and I'm going to add one of the pincushion flowers just for some white in there, and then some blue cornflowers. Usually I don't know if I'm going to have enough, but I like to add 3. 3 is always a good number, or any odd number really is a good number when you're arranging. Sorry, I'm like not in frame, but I'm just doing the best I can. Yeah, 3s and 5s look really good in arrangements. They also look good in the garden if you're planning a garden. Planting in 3s or 5s also looks really good, but we're not planting right now. We are making bouquets. So that's what it's looking like. During the day, all of these anemones are actually going to open up as well. So it's going to look really nice actually in the day. They close up at night, and this will all be wrapped as well. So yeah. And then just going to get some Statice and pop that around the edges. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit shorter in terms of stem length, because my goal is that it actually does sit down a bit lower and supports all of the flowers. So that is the finished bouquet. I might just wiggle the flowers around a little bit, but that is another rainbow one. I'm gonna turn the camera off for a little bit and just make the rest of these, and I will show you what they look like at the end. I might not talk because I may be really tired, but I'm thinking I might just take my camera tomorrow to show you what they look like actually at the markets in daylight. it's really hard to show you how beautiful they do look with really horrible light. So I might do that. I realize that I know a lot of you want to see some more like arranging videos, and I am planning on doing that and actually filming in the daytime. It just turned out today that I was just not here for the day, so I couldn't really film when I wasn't here. I'm not really making a lot of sense right now, but I'm going to finish this and I will check in with you at some point, probably tomorrow, maybe at the market. And I'll also just do some check-ins throughout the day, sharing how we're going, and then I'll do a wrap up at the end of this video. If you are enjoying these market vlogs, then please do let me know by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing for lots more videos. I've also got a Patreon channel where I share extra videos about my daily life and travel vlogs and things like that if you're interested and want to support me over there. All right, I'm gonna get making these and hopefully have a not too late night. Cool. Okay. You alright? Bedtime. Not too bad. Definitely bedtime though. Sorry. Here you go. Good morning. I had full intention of filming on my camera today and taking it to the market, but I think I'm just gonna take my phone because I really don't have a lot of space in the car, like at all. I'm having to get Scott to get in the car and then I'm gonna hand him something because the car is so full, which is a good thing because I ended up making all of the bouquets and I will talk you through them on my phone when I get to the markets. What's the time? Do you know that? It is 6:17 exactly, and we're pretty much ready to go. I've just watered the plants, and yeah, we're making good time. So everything's packed. I ended up making about 12 of the mixed bouquets, which are $20 each, and then 5 of the fresh to dry Statice bouquets. I sell them for $15 each. And I've got heaps of the little dried mini bouquets and some jam jar arrangements, as well as heaps of plants, all of Whitbird Environmental's plants as well that I'm going to be selling for Jeff. So yeah, the only thing we don't have to this market that we usually would take to the other one is veggies, just because they unfortunately don't really allow you to sell fresh vegetables, which is quite strange, but that's okay, each their own. It's not really a farmer's market, it's more of like a tourist market, gifts and things like that. So it's looking like it's going to be a really nice day today. Just going to be nice. It's a bit chilly at the moment, like my face is kind of warming up. I can't really feel it all properly, but we're going to head off and hopefully it's going to be a good day and very busy. Hopefully I'll update you as the day progresses and let you know how we go. There you go.
Sorry, my seatbelt on.
Okay. Ready to go. it is a few days later now, and I thought I would do a little bit of a wrap up of how the market went. Overall, it was a very interesting market, I'll say that. I was really not expecting it to go the way it did. So I'm going to have a little bit of a chat about it, a bit of a debrief, and what my plans are for moving forward for this particular market. So overall, we did fairly well. We sold $311 worth of products. Now, that doesn't include any of the costs associated with that. So that is just the amount that we brought in on the day. And what sold really well was all of the flowers. They did really well. I sold $200 worth of the $20 arrangements, so I sold 10 of those. They were really popular, and a lot of people were gravitating towards those at the very start of the market. I think a lot of those customers were either getting the bouquets to then actually go somewhere for the day, or they were buying them as a gift for someone. So that's kind of what I think those customers were at the start of the day, as well as I think a few people from Instagram as well. The jar posies, I sold 2 of those, which was great because they were like some of the leftover stems that I really wanted to use, but they weren't long enough to actually go in the wrapped arrangement. So I just pretty much you saw those jar posies of anemones and a few little linaria flowers in there. They looked really great. And then I sold a few sea holly plants, or the Eryngium seedlings that I had. So that was $12 out of the total. The fresh to dry flowers sold well. I do have my laptop down here, which is why I'm looking down at the square report. So I sold 3 of the fresh to dry flowers, and the small little dried flowers, the ones that I was selling for $5, they sold really well, and I sold 4 of those. Bath salts didn't do well at all. I only sold 1 of the $4 tubes of the bath salts, and I think that's just kind of because I think the market is it's oversaturated with that kind of product anyway, which was fine because my main product that I was wanting to sell was the flowers. So the market ran from 8 till 2, so it was quite a long market. And I pretty much stopped selling at 10 a.m. is when I had kind of just the peak of sales. Then it completely dropped off, and then I had one more sale at 1 p.m. And then we packed up and left after that towards the end of the market. So all of the people buying the bouquets were really coming at the start of the market, which was good because it was quite a warm day as well. And the flowers, we were kind of in a bit of a sunny position as the sun rose. So next time I'm going to ask for like the opposite side, just so that the sun is behind us rather than coming down onto our canopy. But I thought that was really interesting that they were all pretty popular at the start. Now I did bring some other of my flower seedlings, like some snapdragons and sweet william, that I didn't end up selling. Brought some lavender that I didn't sell. So I think my plan for this market next time is to just have a table of flowers and really heavily market it on Instagram to bring people in, maybe do some deals on Instagram where you can get a certain percentage off if you say you're from Instagram, which is what I'm going to be trialing actually this weekend for another market that I'm doing, just to kind of move those stems earlier in the day. I'm also going to focus on having lots more of the dried arrangements, just because it doesn't matter if I don't sell those on the day, they'll last and I can sell them at markets in future. But yeah, overall it was really an interesting market. I think people were there really for the experience. I think Huskisson is a very touristy area. I could tell there were a few locals who came to say hi. So if you are watching this, hello. I'm very grateful that you came and bought some flowers from me. But yeah, majority of people were tourists coming down for the day. So a lot of them were asking like, oh, can I have like something to put the flowers in, or a little plastic bag to then take the flowers on the drive back home. So I did take some snap block bags and I was just kind of filling them with a little bit of water and then having a rubber band around them so that they could kind of transport them a little bit more. I want to come up with a better solution to that, maybe just see if some people can donate some jars to me and I can just give away like food jars and then I can just give away jars alongside the arrangement. But what I really noticed was people, when they were walking around the loop, because it's kind of like in a circle, all of the market stalls, they were just looking forward and not even bother to look at the stalls or not. So I really need something a little bit more eye-catching to draw people in. And I think what I'm going to do next time is have the setup completely different. I had like a U shape where you had to actually come into the canopy to then kind of see what I had. Next time, I think I just want one table up the front so that it's at the very front of the canopy, and then I can kind of sit back a little bit because customers tend to not love it if you're right next to them when they're browsing the products. I give them their space to have a look, and then they can come to me when they have a question. I do obviously like say hello and kind of gauge whether they do want a conversation or not. But yeah, I think I really need a table, and then I can have flowers on the ground as well that are kind of at the edge of the tent where we're kind of allowed to be, to get people's attention a little bit more, to kind of come into the stall. I'm also going to be starting with my Christmas decorations soon, so I'm hoping that will draw people in a little bit more. I think they'll be pretty popular at that kind of market. But yeah, it was definitely a learning experience, because usually at the other markets that we do, which are a little bit more farmers markets, people will buy flowers as well as some flower seedlings, bath salts. It's a real mix of the products. But this time people weren't interested at all in any of the bath salts or the plants that I had. They just wanted the flowers, which is a good thing. It's good for me. I only had 2 of the $20 arrangements left, and then 2 of the fresh to dry arrangements, which I've kept for this next market that I have anyway, because they're completely fine. But I think for the Huskisson market, I really want some flowers, or some more flowers that people actually know what they are. I had 2 separate people walk past, and I didn't get a chance to say anything because it was just too awkward to kind of like yell out to customers as they walk by. But I overheard 2 different people walking past the fresh to dry arrangements, the Statice, and saying that they were dyed and that they weren't interested in buying dyed flowers. And I suppose that's kind of a compliment to me, which, yeah, they are beautiful and they are very vibrant and bright, but they're completely not dyed. I picked them the day before that I was selling them. And I think people just weren't familiar with a lot of the flowers that I were selling. So I think things like sunflowers and zinnias and dahlias might do a little bit better at that market throughout summer. They're a little bit more known to people, I suppose. I find the more rounded disc-shaped flowers like the zinnias and dahlias do really well for people who are looking for a market bouquet. So that's my plan for that, to have kind of a little bit more simple bouquets, but a lot more of them, so that people can see them and notice the flowers like sunflowers and things like that, and then maybe purchase those. We will see though. It is such a learning experience, but I'm pretty happy with how we went overall for the limited amount of flowers we had. I think if I can dedicate much more time into focusing just on flowers and obviously packing the car with flowers rather than some of my plants and all of the bath salts, which I might just take those anyway because they might need to fill the table once the flowers start to sell. But if I can put a little bit more energy into that for this market, then I think we'll do a lot better. But I'm already at my goal of $500 a week selling flowers as kind of like a side gig. We had another market the other day where we sold a little bit more. So yeah, $500 is kind of my goal for the warmer months of the year, to be selling that amount of flowers, which I'm really happy we're already there. And I hope we can kind of continue that, because this is really going to work as a financial endeavor, I suppose. I have put a lot of time and money and effort into this, and I need it to actually be profitable and pay off. And those are the kind of numbers that I need to be hitting to make this thing worthwhile. And then also be able to share with you how you can also do this, the flowers to plant. So yeah, if you do have any questions for me, I'm more than happy to answer those. I am going to be filming like a monthly wrap up soon of how we've done at the markets and things like that, and just how everything's going in the garden. So if you do have any questions, just leave them in the comment section. I can always answer them there and then chat a little bit more in detail in a video as well. So overall, a very interesting market. I definitely learned a lot about how to bring people in terms of changing up my display, what kind of products to bring to this market, how it's different to farmers markets, and how to kind of market to those tourists who are traveling and need the flowers to be able to travel. Yeah, I've learned a lot. So I hope this could be a little helpful for you if you're thinking of markets and changing up between farmers markets and a little bit more touristy markets. Who knows, it could be completely different next time and people might be interested in different things, but that's why I've just got to keep trying and building my own kind of personal trends in terms of what people buy and want to spend their money on, to kind of gauge what to bring for the upcoming markets. So thank you so much for watching this market vlog. If you do want to support me, I do have a Patreon page where I post different kind of content in terms of like lifestyle and travel vlogs and extra market and flower farming content. It's a way to financially support me so I can continue to make more videos and really turn this into a full-time job. But if not, I really appreciate you watching this video, and if you did like it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and definitely subscribe for lots more videos. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and until my next one, happy gardening everyone. Bye.